Coffee stains and name chains. I am such a loner. San Francisco faces got me slowly taking over. I can't wait to show you that I'm gonna take it over. LeetCode, beast mode. 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 This is not a main thing, really I'm a coder. Coffee stains and name chains. I am such a loner. San Francisco faces got me slowly taking over. I can't wait to show you that I'm gonna take it over. LeetCode, beast mode. 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 This is not a main thing, really I'm a coder.
We live. How's everyone doing tonight? Who's on here right now? What's up? Sam, what's up? Glad you stream any psychology behind or for anyone trying to overcome the fear of coding. Is coding scary to you? I think with anything, you just got to face it head on. You got to try hard things, work on hard things. These contests are hard for me. Codeforce's contests are hard for me, but I just try to face it head on and try to take it on when you wake up, try to do the hardest thing and get it out the way. Alpha, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm old, man. Why? Alpha, how you been? What you been up to? Coffin shop. Fix the lighting actually real quick. Yeah. Alpha, did you have any on the grind? Your video on values this point really resonated with me. Yeah, man. The grind is long. Alpha, did you have any fear of coding when you started? Well, I guess you took it in school. It's just the work and process be getting boring. Where are you based and like, are you a student? You have any work experience? Yeah, some people say coding is boring. I don't know. I don't find. Oh, you're from Indonesia. I don't find coding boring at all. I find it pretty fun. I'm pretty addicted to coding, can't lie. I'm pretty addicted to coding because not the actual act of coding, but more just bringing ideas to life and solving problems. Every time I write an algo and it goes green, I get a big dopamine hit. You're a senior? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how people can find coding boring. Because coding is so broad. You can do coding in whatever industry you're interested in. You like the UFC, you like boxing, you could build technology in that space. You like healthcare, you can build it in the healthcare space. Oh, you can do some upsolving. Like coding could be applied to any industry. So I don't see why it could be boring. I mean, it gets repetitive. What do you think? Like, what part gets repetitive? For me, it doesn't really get that repetitive because I'm always building out new stuff. And I don't really think about the coding like day to day. I think about more of the problem I'm trying to solve or the product I'm trying to build. If I get bored of it, then I'll just switch the company or switch on what I'm working on. I don't know. Like what part of boring it gets boring or what part of coding is boring to you? Let's do some upsolving. The Google guy we did mock with had his onsite and he had some of the stuff at. And he said some of the stuff asked was super hard. So now I can tell. Yeah. Dude, none of these companies go easy on you. No, I didn't attend the contest today. I was at the Warriors game. Yo, I got like close up seats. I had some really good seats this time. Man, I want to do Google interview and just see what they ask. I wonder how hard it really is. Yeah, they got destroyed by 30. They got wrecked. But one of the guys from my gym, he's pretty crazy. He got us tickets to the game for free. I was like, no way. He did. I didn't want him to. It was expensive. He got us real close seats. I think he has money. I might get him on the stream one day. But he's just at my gym. He just got out of jail from a RICO case. Nah, I don't speak Spanish. He probably dropped like 300-400 a ticket. And he got me and my friend a ticket, so it was like 400. Probably dropped like 1,000 that night. I wonder how much World Cup tickets are. Would be cool. I want to go too. I heard they're over 1,000 too. I don't know if people got money like that, dropping 1,000 just to go watch a game. But honestly, buying good seats is worth it. I'm. What do you think my ethnicity is? You thought I was Mexican or something? Yeah. Alpha, did you do the contest at all? Alpha, you ever get bored of coding or no? Nice. You've been doing a lot of CF? Yeah, I might upsolve. I might do some. I'm gonna upsolve one question. Yeah, switch to code forces, man. You cut from 12 to 13 to like 6. Yo, I'm almost at pupil level. I'm almost at a newbie. 1163 now. We're coming up. We're gonna make it out. When's the next contest? Alpha, yeah, I think you should just do Code Forces content. The only people who make good Code Forces content is TLE eliminators, and they make some really good content. Yeah, these are like the only people who make this kind. Which guy? Who's tourist? Which guy's your idol? This guy? Okay, let's solve some questions. Oh, I seen this. Yeah, I wanted. What is this? Code Forces Blitz. Hit the ad, man. Hit the ad.
Okay.
Yeah, this is sick. Yeah, we gotta get in the Code Forces niche, bro. So we can get away from. So everyone's doing LeetCode. If we can get into the competitive programming niche, like Code Forces and all those other ones, I feel like it's more. It's more aura. There's not many people are doing it anyways. I don't know. I haven't got to it. Let me try it. Okay, we're gonna walk through some questions now. Alpha, I'll show you the one. Oh, I don't know how I got folded by this one question on the last contest. I think my brain just stopped working. Yeah, but it's way more. I'd rather have less audience, but like actually the content is sick. You know what I mean? But I still like LeetCode. Yeah, exactly. I'd rather be cracked at Code Forces and have less audience. So it's all it's just fine to me. As long as the people who watch actually like competitive programming. All right, you're given a string S. We'll hop into Scala as well, just in case. We'll try to body as many questions as we can within an hour and a bit. You're given a string S that consists of lowercase English letters. Return the string obtained by removing all trailing vowels from S. There's so many questions like this. So it's all the trailing ones. So you just kind of have to, yeah, anything from. So pretty much we can do S equals for element S. So what we're gonna do is while true, while S, and so while there's elements in S, what we're gonna do is if S, the last element, is in A, E, I, O, U, S dot pop, else, break. Something like easy like that. Man, they're just throwing easy ones real quick. That one is all about, if you're doing that in a contest, it's literally all about speed. How fast can you solve it? I probably won't be able to solve all 4 questions in this contest because only 1,000 people were able to AK it. Let me knock out the easies. You're given an integer array nums. Consider all pairs of distinct values x and y from nums such that x is less than y, and x and y have different frequencies in nums. Among all such pairs, choose the pair with the smallest possible value of x. If multiple pairs have the same value of x, choose the one with the smallest value of y, possible value of y. Return an integer x, y If no valid pairs exist, return. Okay. You're given consider all pairs of distinct values x and y from such that x is less than y, and x and y have different frequencies in num. Okay. Greater than 1, that has a different frequency. Okay. The hell? Yeah. Don't even get the question. Yeah, Alpha code in the building. You're given an integer num. Consider all pairs of distinct values x and y from numbers. Choose x less than y and x have different frequencies, okay? Among all such pairs, choose the pair with the smallest possible value of x. Okay. Well, this is the part that's confusing me. If multiple pairs have the same x, choose the one with smallest possible value of y. What do you mean same x? Why would they be the same x if x is less than or equal to y? Okay, whatever. There's only one value, so okay. You can kind of like double for loop this because the length is only 100. Sigma code and alpha code. No, it's not a live contest. Okay, what I'm gonna do is count frequencies. I just learned how to do this counter stuff recently. I usually manually do it, but now I just do. This is the bi-weekly one. If there are two x that have the same value, we should choose. We dot append. We're gonna put the key. And counts key. One shows up two. Okay. We're gonna just sort. The different. Okay. Yeah, I guess just choose the one with the smallest frequency, then, and then just look for the smallest frequency, then look for one. Bro, this thing is still confusing me. If multiple pairs have the same x, oh, what? Piyush, what's up? Dude, it's so hot in SF right now. I turn on my fan. Yo, this question prompt is so weird. Can y'all hear the fan or not? Man, I don't have AC though. Do you got AC? Yeah, AC would be clutch. Oh, could you hear my fan or not? Yo, Alpha. On your mic, add this noise suppression, and you should never hear background noise. There could be your dog could be barking, your fan could be on, and it's pretty good, honestly. Every time, remember, you people used to hear sirens all the time. I don't think people hear that as much no more. It's just on. Go on your mic and click and right click it on it and look for filters. Yeah, OBS. Then look for and then go right here and then look for noise suppression and then add RNN noise good quality more CPU usage. Use OBS. Is your brother older than you or younger than you? Man, they don't know you're trying to make a mill off your YouTube and they're singing and stuff. It's crazy. I'm just kidding. Okay, wait. I think we just have to do what this thing says. Choose the pair with the smallest possible value of X. So this is the smallest. One is the smallest X. If multiple pairs have the same X. Bro, I don't even know what that part means. But I think all we need to do is. Dude, this prompt's so weird. Something like this. What? So, why is this 54554? It says choose the pair with the smallest possible value of X. This is the most annoying easy I've ever seen in the longest time because the system or the prompt is stupid. I chose the pair with the smallest value of x. Why is this? Oh, output 4, 5. Oh, wait. I didn't sort. My bad. Sorry, I forgot my sort. Paul, what up? Okay. What? Oh, I'm so dumb. Good. Gotta sort above here. Man, that question is so dumb. Contest discussions? Bro, the prompt is so stupid. What is he even talking about? I'm sure I'm not the only one annoyed by this prompt. Oh, I knew it. I'm not the only one. Look at these people. Took 10 minutes to understand the description. That was literally. I knew I wasn't tripping. I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of contests. Okay, what does this part mean though? This doesn't even make sense. If multiple pairs have same x, choose the one with the smallest possible value of y. Why? How does that make sense? Because we already chose x less than y. Oh, bro, I don't know. The way that they explained it is just kind of dumb. I see. That makes sense. Whatever. Okay, which. All right. You're given a string s consisting of lower. Which. Let's go for the weekly. This one and this one. Because people said that they're able to get 3. You're given an integer n. In one operation, you may split an integer x into two positive integers a and b such that a plus b equals x. The cost of this operation is a times b. Return an integer denoting the minimum total cost required to split the integer n into n ones. Okay. In one operation, you may split an integer x into two positive integers a and b. We can have 3, and we can split that into 3, or we can split that into 2 and 1. And that's going to cost us equals 2. What if we have 5? See, if we have 5, we can split that into 4 and 1. We can split that into 3 and 2. Or we can split that into 2 and 2. This is equal to 4. Or we can, yeah, this is equal to 4. This is actually equal to 6. And this is actually equal to 4. Let's look at larger numbers. Let's look at 10. This can be 9 plus 1. 9, 8 plus 2 equals 16. Trying to see the trend here. 7 plus 3. This equals 21. I think it might get higher. 6 plus 4. 6 times 4. 6, 12, 18. Like this is 25. Paul, is it too hard or no? And then, okay. Dude, I think the lowest is literally if you just move it by 1. If you just like, cuz our goal is to break it into ones. So you just keep taking the ones. It's like a factorial. Something like that. So you start with 10. So what would be 10? It would be 9. And then we need to split the 9 into ones. Then we need to split, and then when we have the 9, yeah. Let's look at n equals 4. So if n equals 4, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it into 3 plus 1. That's going to equal 3. Then I'm going to break this into 2 and 1. That's going to equal to 2. Then I'm going to break this into 1 and 1. Now finally everything's 1, and 1 times 1 is, that's equal to 6. Could we do this? Sujay, hi man. Could we do this could we do this bottom up? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try to do this bottom up. If I'm 1, that'll be 1. If I'm 2, that'll be, this will be 1. If I'm 3, it would be, if I'm 3, it would be 2. 2, it would be this. Nah, let's just do, I'm just gonna do top down. I don't know that, man. I can maybe derive it, but 1. Oh. Should probably stop at 2. Oh my god. Or 1 equals 0? Yo, what's up? I would have. Yeah, because if that's so dumb, obviously. If n is equal to 1, you have to do no moves. Let's see how we could derive this top down. This is 0. What is 2? 2 would only take 1. Because you just break it up into 1 in a 1 times 1. 2. 3 would take. It's gonna be 2 plus how much 2? There you go. Have n ones. I solved the problem. I'm just trying to think of it in different ways. I'm just trying to think of it in no need for hints. Ryu, what's your rating? Is it actually just n times n minus 1 over 2? I guess, yeah. Actually, yeah, that is the formula if you want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bro, like everyone in this chat already knows I'm bad at this. I'm bad at math. Anything related to math? What? N times n minus 1 divided by 2? Oh, I've turned this thing to an int. Usually I do this equation when I have like an array and I want to do like one or I'm tracking how many times it could happen in an array. Or I use this equation when I'm tracking how many like different pairs I can have in an array. Like pretty much this. This should probably have the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And or if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we have 5 times 5 minus 1 divided by 2. What do we get? Or why is this 14? I probably have to do like this. Yeah, I need to get back on my math grind. Yo, chat, what's the formula for this? For if you want to count the number of pairs or how many iterations a double for loop is gonna be essentially? It 6, 7. Damn, my manager hit me with the 6, 7. Oh, it's n plus 1. $15. Oh. Okay, chat. What is this equation? N times n plus 1 over 2, right? Oh, it's n minus 1. That's cap. Why does it say 10? Two. Is this supposed to be 14? Where's the repeats? I'm not repeating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's gonna be 5 here. Then 4. Then 3. Then 2. Then 1. Are you including 0, 0? Or I'm including 0, 0. Or I guess you don't have to include that. Maybe you're right. If you're doing Holy, I'm so chopped. Four. Okay, now this works. If we're not including 0, 0. But if we're including 0, 0, do we do that? No, that's 15. That makes sense though, because we're going to do 1. Okay, I was missing 1. Okay, I was missing this final one. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, that makes sense. So n plus 1 if you're including the 0. So what's n times n divided by 2? Is that anything? Yeah, I guess. But I'm talking about just double for looping. Is the n times n divided by 2 any formula? Like if I was running a double for loop starting at I, but I guess, yeah. Is n squared times 2 anything? Any formula for how we traverse? What is this? 4? 1, 2, 9, 12, 14, 15. So this is equal to 15. Five times 6. 5 times. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So 1, 2. Holy, this is like Calc 2. It's been so long. I remember all these series is equal to n plus 1 over 2. Okay, we're gonna remember this. We're gonna remember this.
Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk!
We're gonna remember this. Okay, you are given a 2D integer array grid of size m times n. You must select exactly one integer from each row of the grid. Return an integer denoted the minimum possible bitwise OR of the selected integers from each row. Okay. Okay. Suppose we have bit smallest. We want to minimize the bitwise OR. Man, I hated those Taylor series. 18%. Alright, I'm not doing this question then. You're right, I forgot. Or I'm not doing that yet. I'll get to that after. What is this? Oh, I solved this. 12. Okay, it only gets 49%. We'll solve it together though, chat. When we get there. Merge close characters. You are given a string S consisting of lowercase letters and an integer K. Y'all love that fa sound, huh? You're given a string S consisting of lowercase English letters. Yeah, just do them and get that rating maxed out. Yo, Paul, I'm about to hit pupil on Code Forces finally. And then I might hit LeetCode Night. LeetCode Night is 1850 now. Used to be it was for people, it was the top 10%. But now before it was top 10% to get Knight and top 5% to get Guardian. I don't know why they changed it up like that. I should be a Knight right now. So you are given a string S consisting. You know what that means, right, Paul? Yo, Paul. So I was debating my manager about the thing because he was saying that I was only there for like that thing I was telling you about work. He's saying, "Oh, you only was working here 6 months, right?" And I started counting in my hands. I was like, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Like I was counting the months. I was like, actually 7. He's like 6, 7, 6, 7. He's trolling. He started trolling me. I was like, bruh. He's like 6, 7. Don't. Yeah. Oh my god. Huh? I was like, dude. Nah, he's a funny guy. He's over 40. Honestly, I like him though. But he hit me with the 6, 7. I was like, don't kill me. If I get on Pip, that'll be the funniest thing ever. I can't wait. You know how many views I'd get? I'll come on here, I'll be all sad, I'll be like, I just got pipped and laid off my job. Those videos get like 1 million views. He 6'7" you? Hold on, let me get some lotion. Yeah, dude. Do the questions. I just did like 4 questions. I'm gonna get to it, man. Let me talk to the chat real quick. Okay, I'll do the question. Is this the question you got stuck on? Chat's getting toxic now. Is this the one you couldn't do or no, Rohit? Don't worry, Rohit. I got you, man. Coding Jesus sent all his chat to my chat, huh? I'll check it out. Is this the one that people got stuck on or no? You're given a string S consisting of lowercase letters and an integer k. Two equal characters in the current string S are considered close if the distance between their indices is at most k. When two characters are close, the right one merges into the left. Merges happen one at a time, and after each merge, the string updates until no more merges are possible. Return the resulting string after performing all possible merges. If multiple merges are possible, always merge the pair with the smallest left index. If multiple pairs share the smallest, you are given a string S consisting of lowercase English letters and an integer k. Two equal characters in the current string S are considered close if the distance between them is at most k. Okay. So if we have like A, XX, or A, and k is equal to 3 or 5, A is close. When two characters are close, the right one merges into the left. Merges happen one at a time, and after each merge, the string updates until no more merges are possible. Okay. If multiple merges are possible, always merge the pair with the smallest. Okay. Oh, we could just use like a stack or something. Bro, there's like a stack question. Characters Y at indices. Okay. The distance, okay. Man, yeah, you could just use a stack, low key. Yeah. 6, 7. Oh wait, I'm warping myself. Yo, what the heck? What the? What the hell? What the? It's trippy. That's so weird. That's so weird how you can increase it like this. Ayush, what's up? Bro, man. Y'all don't understand how hard is it to be trying to solve a LeetCode question while this chat is just it gets easier over time, but yo, I should tell my Claude bot to come in the chat and say some. Let's see what my Claude bot said. I was talking to it earlier. Yo, chat, this is crazy. My Claude bot. I asked my Claude bot, is James Peralta Sweet live on YouTube? And it said, yeah, he's live right now. Stream is showing live, LeetCode Biweekly 177. Could actually just go and check my chat. Why can't we just use a stack here? Why can't we just use a stack here, chat? I'm gonna tell. Drop. Say something on his stream. Let's see. I just asked it. Say something on his stream. Paul, say swear. I'm trying to set mine up too. Yeah, just the models are gonna get better over time. Yeah, why can't we use this? I'm gonna just use a stack. See. Oh no, but we need to look back K. For element S, what we're gonna do is, yeah, I guess we're just gonna have our res for element S. We're gonna go for element S. Y Y B Y Z. Yeah, no hints, no hints. How did I get to 206 subs? Mostly from a few, I think because some of my videos blew up on from last year, but honestly, it hasn't been growing much anymore this year. You, bruh. Okay, why? Okay, okay, okay. Take 10, stop spamming. Okay, every time we bring a Y, man, I think we could just literally use a stack. Okay, you're given a string S consisting of lowercase English letters and two equal characters in the current string S are considered close if the distance between, okay, when two are close, the right one merges into, when two characters are close, the right one merges into the left. Merges happen one at a time, and after each merge, the string updates until no more merges are possible. Return the resulting string after performing all possible merges. What? Okay. This from Okay, I see. I see. So we want to keep track of where we seen that one last. So we're gonna go for elem in S. For index in element in enumerate S, what we're gonna do is UTL's a legend, man. X minus last seen element. Else dot append elem last seen elem equals index. Return okay. If the distance from element is less than equal to k, okay. If elem is in last seen else oh man, dude, so the distance from element. Okay, let's walk this through. Oh, sorry. What am I even doing? Yeah, distance is okay. There you go. Dude, I hate teams. Y, B. Why did I keep this Y? Oh, oh shoot. Oh, bro. I'm okay. What I'm gonna do is last scene. I'm just gonna look back. if I think I just need to look back from here. Distance from element. Like the main thing is when we delete it, we're gonna be missing. So for this one, y is actually only 2 away when we delete this one. Why delete this one? Yeah, the length is small, so you can kind of just brute force this. Yeah. Like I'm wondering maybe I can just do last scene. Oh, I think we just need to capture the length of not index, but the length of nums plus 1. Because it's kind of our candidate. Was it this? Something like that, Alpha? Wait, let's see. So we have if element is in last scene, distance from the element. Okay, let's just like walk this out. Let's just actually think this through. We have y. Then we're gonna have last scene. Can't just brute force this. Res equals so res is equal to y because y is not in there. I don't even think we need enumerate here. So now we have y at 0. We say the last time y was at 0 was at 0 right here. Oh, okay. We need to add this before. Okay, I'll move myself aside. Where should I put myself? Do you want right here? Sure. If lm, okay, last scene of lm What's my current current res? Okay, this is probably like this. Holy, okay. Sometimes you just literally need to actually start dry running it. I get lazy to dry run it, and then I go in circles trying to think about it in my head, but I shouldn't be a bad example. I should just try to dry run it and solve it properly. Yeah, AI brain rot. See, chat, there's a good example of how when you actually just dry run it, you'll figure it out. Can you please explain? Yeah, it's kind of like a stack. So, okay, I'll dry run you the code. So pretty much, yeah, do y'all get it? Who here solved the question? Ramen, what's up? How'd your interview go? Hold up. It's hurting my neck. Waiting for the response. You, bro. You hit Guardian? Congrats, man. Okay, I'll explain the solution with this quick. You're given a string S consisting of lowercase letters and an integer. Two equal characters are considered close. So you essentially, the insight is you need to delete. No, it's probably like 2000. Delete elements that are close. Oh wow, 21. So for this one, these elements are close, so we just need to delete this one because it said we need to merge it into the very left one with the smallest left index. Yeah, it might be doable, like 300 more. So we have to merge into the left one. So essentially this gets deleted. This gets deleted. Then we go to B. B is not close with any of the other ones, so we're good. Y. What's the distance with this one? We were saying K equals to 2. K equals to 2, right? What was even my solution? Oh, I just continued. So since K is equal to 2, we have Y. Y is at index 0, 1, 2, 3. But like index, it's at index 0, 1, 2, 3. But it's not actually at index 3 because we deleted one of the Y. So it's actually at index 2. That's why I'm taking the res, the size of the res there, because I need to keep track of what elements were actually deleted. Right? And then now we just know where the latest Y was using a hash map to easily find, or we could just go from right to left and find it. We can brute force it because the S is small. So yeah, we can go from Y here. And then we see that it's 2 away. So we also delete this one. Right? Z, there's nothing no other duplicates yet. Why? This one is actually 3 away, not 2. And the latest y is still at the last one. So this y stays, and now we update the last scene of y to now be 0, 1, 2, to now be 3, like the size of the length of the result. Does that make sense? You have any questions on that? Of why that works? Whoever was asking that originally? Yeah, can you please explain with the code? Okay. So we have last seen and res. Res is just telling us, res is just going to be the final result. Last seen, this is going to tell us where we last seen a character. The reason we need to know the last time we seen a character is because we need to know if the current character that we're on is a good character. Good as it means that it's, or is a close character. Close as in it's at least within k distance between the same character. Means k distance to the next character. To the same character. So that's what last seen was. Now we just loop for every element from left to right. We're trying to see the last time we seen that element and the distance from my current element to the the distance from that character to the last time we seen that character. So we're x is kind of, this is a bad variable name, but we'll call this last index. This is telling us the last index that we've seen it. So if we're looking at y, we want to ask ourselves the question, when was the last time I seen this y? We're defaulting to float of infinity because if we haven't seen that y, then the distance is always going to be greater than k. That's just one way to not to handle those edge cases. Now we're asking ourselves, the reason why we're taking length of res is because some elements could have been deleted. So if I'm looking at y, here, I need to take into account that these two y's are deleted. So in order to take into account that those two y's were deleted, I need to know that I essentially take the length of the res. That makes sense, chat? So that's my current index. And I say, if the distance between my current character and the last time it was seen is less than k, then I just remove it. And I don't add it to result. If it is within that, if it was farther than that distance, then I add it to the result. And since it's part of the result now, I add it into, or I keep track of the last time I seen that character. And now that character will never get deleted. There might be other characters of the same character that come after it, but since we're merging to the smallest index, this one's always going to stay and the other ones to the right are going to get merged into it. Does it make sense? Does that make sense now? Whoever was asking that? Or were they trolling me? Okay, perfect. All right. We'll get to the next question. Maybe we'll just do one more because I got to wake up early and we're going to stream again. Just put the last occurring index of each character in a map, and if we see repeated character and its last occurring index, Python equals LeetCode only. I do code forces too, man. Just put the last occurring index of each character in map, and if we see the repeated character and its last occurring index is greater than or equal to I minus, yeah. Oh man, I'm not worried, man. I'm not worried at all. Yo, Ramen, how was the interview compared to the way that I interviewed you? Was it harder, easier, or what? I don't work at Amazon. Yo, Rohit, is your caps lock broken? Just why you have it all caps lock? You're concerning everyone here. Everyone thinks you're tweaking out. If you do, hold up, I'm gonna get some water. I don't think Zuck would pull something like Jack Dorsey. Dude, Jack Dorsey's company was on life support. This company was on life support, man. The company hasn't moved up in 5 years. They had to do something. Hadn't moved up in 5 years. It's down from it was down from all-time high. That's a different position than check the meta stock. It's actually just going up. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Block had to do something. Would Okay, let me answer your question. Would someone, if you had the chance to start over, would you consider majoring in cybersecurity? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't major in cybersecurity. I feel like that's way too. I'd rather major in general things like computer science or math. If you do a major in math, you can easily get into cybersecurity and you'll understand the fundamentals. So, I would, yeah, I would focus on learning something like math, computer science, physics, something like that. Something like a hard topic, but that's fundamental. And then from there, I would expand from there. Honestly, if I had what probably the safest degree might be actually math. If you get a math degree, you can get a job in tech easily. Yeah, math is the best degree. Okay, last question of the day. What's my current project? I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about it. I have to read. Do the third one? Do the third one of what? Okay, which one? I'm getting bullied. Chat, I'm getting bullied. Third one of what? I'm getting bullied. Okay, Rohit, which one? Rohit, this one? Alright. This guy's moving like Meek Mill, can't stop yelling. Alright, Rohit, please explain to the chat why you have caps lock on. Before I start this question. If if your keyboard is broken, I don't understand. Nah. Alright, this guy's because I want to capture your eyes. It's working. It's definitely working, but oh my, Paul. Capture your eyes? Yeah, that's Riz low key. I want to capture your eyes. Alright. You're given an integer array nums. Paul put him on a timeout again. Oh, Mod's gonna get a raise. You're given an integer array nums. An array is called parity alternating if for every index I. Paul only started doing his job like last stream. He just realized that he had those timeouts. Timeout power. There's some guy spamming the chat like 10. He would ask his questions like 10 different times and he wasn't doing nothing about it. Yeah, I do slightly better when I'm actually fully focused. But not too much. You get used to it over time. When I first started, it was rough. Okay, you're given an integer array nums. An array. How many people solved this? 12%? All good, we got this. You're given array nums. An array is called parity alternating if for every index I, where I is between 0 and -1, and nums I have different parity. One is okay. In one operation, you may choose any index I and either increase nums I by 1 or decrease nums I by 1. By returning an integer array, return an integer array answer of length 2, where 0 is the minimum number of operations required to make the array parity alternating. And then the other index is the minimum possible value of nums, max of nums minus min, taken over all arrays. What? taking over all arrays that are parity alternating and can be obtained by performing exactly answers. Yeah, say whatever you want. I don't have community guideline rules. Maybe don't ask me about politics. But if I see something about politics, I'll probably just ignore it. Okay, let's see. Yeah, man. You never know what my real name is. Just kidding. I say Jake Peralta for fun sometimes because Brooklyn 99. An array is called parity alternating for every index I. Okay. Parity alternating is if odd, even, odd, even, or the other way around. Okay, so we have this. This is already odd, even, or even, odd, odd, even. So we can either turn this into E, O, E, O, or O, E, O, E. So E, O. So what we can do is, well, if we add one, if we subtract or add one, it will always, so this one is, we could, if we want to get it to this, it's going to take us, two. Because we'll have to turn this into E by minusing 1. And then we'll have to turn this into O by minusing 1 as well. And this one, if we want to go OEO, it's pretty much the difference between, we'll have to turn this. This will also be 2. That's the minimum possible is 2. But then what's the, okay. And then there's different ways that, okay, answer 1 is the minimum possible value of max nums minus min. So I think the key insight is we want to decrease the max and increase the min so they get closer to each other. So we know, so I think all we need to do is, first we can figure out the minimum number of operations, and then, or we'll first try to go for EOE and see the minimum operations, and then how do we try to make it So we need to, I think we need to also then find places that are mismatch. And mismatch. So for this one, we're going to have E. So I think what we're going to want to do, if we want this to be even, we're going to increase this. So we're going to turn this into 2. And then we're going to decrease this to 3. And now 3 minus 3 is 6. So I think we just need to do another thing, which is we need to do another thing where it's pretty much if it's a pretty much this is if yeah, I think find mismatches. Yo, if you want to do a resume review, just drop it into the Q&A live chat. There's a resume review portion. I'm testing out people uploading there so I can review it easy. What is my Code Forces rating? Coming up, man. Coming up. Why are people obsessed with profile reviews? Like go on their LeetCode and review their profile? Well, I did like 5 contests. Yeah, so many people ask me for a LeetCode profile review. Chat, am I thinking about this right? We find the mismatches and then we want to increase. We want to the mismatches, but and then we kind of do it for the 2 cases. Either make it go A-E-O-E-O-E or like the other way, O-E-O. Right? But we're going to take the smallest one. But then we find mismatches and we need to know the min and max. So basically the min, if okay, let's look at this. We have 0, 2. So we can either go E, O, E or O, E, O. If we wanted to go E, O, E, that's going to cost us 1. And this is going to cost us 2. Wait. Like at least 2. Oh yeah, it's going to cost us 2. Right? Because we need to get this even. So what would I do? I would actually, since this is the largest, I would move this down by 1. And then now we have 1, 3. And I think that's the answer. I didn't do the bi-weekly or anything. This is kind of my first. Yeah, you have to get cracked. Go on getcracked.io and solve all the questions. O, E, O. So we have odd, even, then odd. So for this one, if we're at 0 and that's the lowest, I'll actually want to increase. Oh no, it doesn't even matter if I increase or decrease this one. Oh no, but you need to. I think you might need to use a heap because you need to pick the smallest one and increase it. So pick the smallest one first. So I think find all of the elements that are mismatch. Sort them. Sort. Bobo, what's up? Sort them. So pretend I had like 1. Suppose I sorted them and I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this needed to be even. This needed to be. It doesn't even matter what they are. They're just odd. So what I'd want to do is I'd want to probably maybe like a 2-pointer. I'd want to increase this to 2. Drop this to 4. I need to increase this 3 and this to 3. Now where do I go? I probably need to drop this down to 2. But it all depends on what my current min, what my current max is. If there's room for max, if my current max is already 3 somewhere over here, if my current max, like I'll want to choose the side that where it is not going to increase it. So if it's less than max, I'll increase it. If it's greater than min, like I want to see where there's room. If there's less than max, I'll increase it. But if it's also greater than min, I'll increase it. Does that make sense? I think that's a solution, Alpha. What do you think? Bobo the kid, 100%. Dude, my neck is hurting. Holy. How long have you been streaming now? It's 2 hours. So essentially what we're going to do is let's just ignore the fact. So we're just going to find all of the indices that are not in the right position. Let's assume that we wanted to go E O to get that parity, right? So we'll just come up with a list of all of the ones. We'll just come up with a list of all of the elements that are not in the right place, and then we need to figure out, or that are not the right parity, and we're gonna sort them. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like 2 pointers. We're gonna increase the one on the left and decrease the one on the right, moving together. Because we know these need to change in order to fix the parity anyways. So might as well, since they're sorted, we can just increase these. Then when we finally get to the middle element, we need to figure out, am I going to increase this or decrease it? The way we do that is we're going to know the max and the min already. Or we're gonna figure out the min and the max. We're trying to get the minimum operations, so we're only gonna increase once. So I think what we'll do is we'll just loop over the array and figure out the min and the max one time, and then we're gonna increase like. But min and max can also be numbers. What language do you work on? But min and max can also be numbers that you didn't change. Yeah, what we'll do is after we perform this operation, we're gonna do one loop through through the array again after we made the changes. And then extract out the min and the max. We could also yeah. Two, three. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, if we had duplicates, if we had duplicates, we'd want to suppose these were all off, right? I probably just want to keep them all three. Turn them all to three, or turn them all to one, or turn them all to one. Damn. Figure out. Okay, we have all the ones that are misordered. What do you mean helper check for the count for each? Okay, I'm gonna look at one of the hints. Yeah, okay, we understood this part. Yeah, we understood this part. Yeah, that's what I was gonna plan to do. I was gonna try to do EOE and then get the result, and then also go OEO and then get the result. My main thing was just trying to figure out how we're gonna move elements. So suppose we have E O E O, and this is 2, right? These 2 should be odd. So now what are we gonna do? We're gonna have to increase these. Maybe we just track duplicates. So we sort them, right? Why do you think it'd be DP? I never thought, I didn't even think of that solution at all. Okay, we gotta look at the third hint. Yeah, the minimum operations is just like, yeah, I figured out hint 3 too. Let's look at hint 4. Among patterns with minimum choose adjustments. It just gave me what we're trying to solve. I think we just need a hash map. So we have 1 and 5, right? If it's 1, we'll increase that to 2, 4. Right? And then we'll just have an extra hash map. And if there's another 1, 5, what if this is 2? If we see a 1 and we already used it, we'll just put this to 2 and then we'll just put this to 4. But then we need to maintain a min and max. So this is kind of easy because we'll just... The 2. So the 2, what are we going to increase? Obviously, the 2, we're going to increase it to... But what if it was 5? Or what if it was 4? What are we going to do? Well, it's going to... Well, we're going to... Okay, we just need to keep track of the min and max. And when we get to a number, if we already seen it, we'll just give it the same number. If it's equal to max, we'll lower it. If it's equal to min, we'll increase it. Or if it's... Yeah. If it's greater than... Or if it's less than... Or equal... If it's less than max... Yeah. So I'm like, what if it's in between? So we said, if it's equal to max, we'll decrement it. But like here, it doesn't really... Otherwise, it doesn't really matter. If it's equal to min, we'll increase it. Otherwise, it doesn't really even matter because it's in between. So we can kind of just like if this is 3, then it doesn't matter. We could just else we could just like move. We could just default to increment. I think that's it. We just need to use like a 2-pointer with a hash map and then adjust the min and max. Yeah. How does that solution look? Please tell me if I'm wrong before I start implementing it, because this is my last shot. Or Alpha, thanks for pointing out that edge case. Yo, somebody commented on my video that the adding two. I think you just want. Someone told me they flopped their meta interview because they got cooked by add decimals. No way. Nah, somebody else. Nah, he's not trolling. Ramen throwing shots, man. I think you just want to make sure it works for duplicates. If you can't change some of them. Yeah, because you got to change them. So, yeah, you got to do a 2-pointer. Okay. Let me try if this works. Def, check. Check. Check result. We'll do self. We're gonna be given a nums. No, I don't think it's I don't know if it's an actual meta question. I just got bored of asking the regular one. So I said, let me just add some decimals to it and it started tripping people up. I don't think they actually asked that with decimals. Or maybe it's like a follow-up. I think it throws people off. It would throw me off, but I don't think I'd flop it. Yeah, the regular ones just add nums as a string. Dude, there's so many variations to it. There's ones that are add numbers, but they're in a linked list. Add numbers, they're just regular in the string. Then there's the one with adding numbers that's in the with the decimals. I'm gonna ask someone to subtract. even, not in, to change, for I in, for lm in nums, even equals not even. If even, we'll do this else that. If even, if lm mod 2 is not if the lm mod 2 is not equal to 0, to Ramen, what other interviews you have going on now? Okay, Ramp is sick. I had an on-site for them at one point and I didn't get the job. Yo, they asked me some. Their question was super practical. They made me like hit some Google API doc. I remember their question. It was I had to like plan a trip. I had to plan a trip, hitting some Google API docs, and like plan a trip or something. I forget. Flop the recruiter screen. It happens sometimes. It's so funny. If odd and Paul, you playing Overwatch right now? Print. I'm gonna start gaming at some point too. I'm gonna get into gaming again. Regrets. 1, 2, 1. What if this one was off? Let's say this one was 21. Okay. What's the length? You change. To change dot sort. Min to change 0 max is to change 1 or sorry, the last one. we're gonna pass in the min here as well. Yeah, we're gonna pass in the min. Yeah, we're gonna pass in the min element is min change element min. Max. And then what we're gonna do is left, right, while left less than equal to right. Then when we have, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do left plus equal 1, right, minus equal 1. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do to change of element plus equal 1. But we're gonna wait, what are we gonna do here? To change at left plus equals 1. To change at right minus equal 1. Scene equals scene at left okay. I have to say, I have to do what I planned, which is we have scene, right? So if to the left, so change left, change right. Something like this. No, this is the count though. Oh yeah. So it feels 1. And now we have to do the right. How does this work? So we have 5. And we see if we seen 5, we move it down to 4. No, we don't even need this scene. What am I talking about? Because if it's duplicates, we just have to increase them by 1. So 2, 2, 2. Oh no, we need to do scene because they're all 2s. Man, I can't solve this question. Holy, my eyes are burning. Am I getting close? Yeah, I'll take a hint. Why do you have to try every possibility? Oh, so it's like it's kind of, you can kind of like brute force it. Can you brute force it? Only did 2 the fact that this guy only 2. Were you interning? Yeah, man, I can't solve this question, bro. I need to. Oh, you're at Meta? Robin, I didn't know you're at Meta. Yeah. Yo, even when I worked at Rippling, it was like that. If you're able to get an internship, you're actually different beast, especially at a big tech. No way. When do you start ramen? That's crazy. You took the offer? What would I focus on? I think I answered this earlier. Give me this question to your company. Yeah, I answered this earlier. I would focus on the thing that taught me the best fundamentals. So cybersecurity is a subfield within software engineering or in computer science. Software engineering in general is just building software. Cybersecurity is making sure that software is secure. I think in order to become a pro at something like cybersecurity, I would learn the whole field and then specialize. So I would learn the most general thing and then specialize when I start working. Also, it helps you get a job easier if you're not so specialized right away. So like what I would say is the most general thing that you could take is math, honestly. If you take math, you could probably do computer science, you could probably do machine learning, you could probably do all those ones. You could probably pivot into I think math is one of the most flexible degrees that you could take. And then really? I don't know. I just met a lot of math majors that were able to, especially if they experimented with coding and stuff like that, they're able to get jobs as software engineers. Yeah, I think math plus CS is the best foundation. It's like if you're in the UFC and you know how to wrestle, you're gonna be good. Yeah, math plus learning coding, you're good. Like I think math or computer science is the best base when it comes to where things are moving in the future because there's gonna be a lot of software. You gotta need to understand code. All right, chat. I'm gonna try to upsolve this tomorrow probably. So Alpha, what you were saying is that why do I need to try all the possible results? Yeah. Wait. So suppose I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna increase this one by 2, and I'm gonna increase this. But do I also have to try decreasing this and increasing this, and then all the ones in the middle? So I just need to try increasing, and then I don't even need to care about the ones in the middle, no, because it's not gonna contribute to the min and max. I just need to count that we're gonna change like the number in the middle. Because then I'll just do length of n minus 2. So this is how many we're going to change. So that's so what did you do here? So for this one, you tried increasing this as well. So for each one, did you do this? 3, 4, 5. Or did you do all combinations? 6 or 0, 1, 2, 3. Damn. Okay, let me read this, guys. Rolling window approach. Oh my god. Holy crap. Okay, I'm too tired to. I'll look at this tomorrow. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm going live with PK Codes tomorrow again. He's gonna interview me. But then I'm also gonna interview somebody who's prepping for Asana, I think. Let's see. Rohit, I got folded, man. Timing for tomorrow? I'll probably start streaming at, let's say, 10 a.m. Yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep, and then we're gonna lock in and get this question. I wouldn't have been able to solve this question in the interview for sure. I don't even get. I'll need to read a few solutions and understand what people are saying, but yeah, I don't even know. All right, chat. I'll catch y'all in the next stream. Tomorrow, I'm literally all I'm gonna do is sleep, and when I wake up, I'm going live again. Catch y'all.
This is not my main thing, really I'm a coder. Coffee stains and chains, I am such a loner. San Francisco bases got me slowly taking over. I can't wait to show you that I'm gonna take it over. LeetCode, beast mode, 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 LeetCode, beast mode. This is not my main thing, really I'm a coder. Coffee stains and chains, I am such a loner. San Francisco bases got me slowly taking over. I can't wait to show you that I'm gonna take it over. LeetCode, beast mode, 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 LeetCode, beast mode.